Coming up, I'm discussing how my assessment process can help you overcome tight hips. Athletic power and performance, restoring the athlete within. Your time is now. There's many reasons why you may be experiencing tight hips. These include tight muscles in the legs. It could be poor posture, poor hip alignment, and even poor strength, weakness, balance within the entire body. The first assessment I do, even for tight hips, is on the plumb line looking at your static posture. This can tell me a lot of information about what's going on with your body at rest that could be leading to having tight hips. So look at your body from the front, both sides, and the back. I want to get an idea of what's going on with your body, if you have some poor postural alignment issues, and a whole host of other issues. The next thing I'm going to measure is your head position. So I'm using this guy right here to measure how far forward your head is and if it's too far forward compared to where it should be. So forward head posture is typically associated with forward rounded shoulders. They tend to go together. And if that's the case, it will mirror itself in your hips, which can cause tight hips. The next thing I'm going to look at is spinal angles. So I'm going to use this guy to measure your spinal angles and make sure your spine is properly aligned and make sure you're not too far forward or too rigid. And I'm also going to use this guy to measure the ability to rotate your spine. Lack of ability to rotate your spine can actually show up as tight hips. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this guy right here to measure the hips themselves, the pelvic position. So I want to make sure that your pelvis is aligned in the right angle, so it's not too far forward, it's not too far back, and there's no torsion within the pelvis either. And torsion simply means that you have a twist, so you have one side of the pelvis too far forward compared to the other side, which will cause a twisting force throughout the body and can restrict your hips. The final assessment I'm going to talk about as far as hip tightness is measuring your full range of motion throughout your entire body. And specifically, in this case, we're going to measure your lower body and measuring the balance between the left and right sides, making sure you have full range of motion and there's no tightness that's causing restriction in your hips. To find out if this is the right fit for you, sign up for a complimentary consultation so we can discuss your options in overcoming hip tightness.